What up, YouTube? This your boy Black. I just had to make a quick video real quick. Uh, I love this game and I hate this game at the same time. The game is really good. It's everything you expect it to be. It's everything Marvel vs. Capcom. I just feel the game is a little unbalanced, a little bit. Like certain characters are really, really strong. Some characters are really, really, really weak. Like I just got finished playing online a little while ago. Uh, Everybody seems to be picking Sentinel because he's so strong. And another thing is I find it a little hard to block. The game is really, really fast paced, but I find it really, really hard to block. Like at one point in the match, I was just holding back and letting the guy attack me just to see if maybe it's me or maybe it's something with the game mechanics. It's something with the game mechanics because I was holding back, standing and crouching, and the guy was still hitting me at certain times, and I didn't understand why, and I still don't understand why. Another thing is the online is very bare bones. There's nothing really fancy in the lobbies. If you start a lobby and you got a group of people, and somebody else is fighting and you're not in the match, you can't watch them fight like you can in Street Fighter 4. You could just basically just see their names or whatever clashing together until it's your turn to fight. Thought that was pretty whack too. Um, um, the frame rate and everything is really good online. You don't see that much lag at all. Most of the matches run really smooth. The game is good when you're playing against people who play fair. You're going to come across a lot of assholes online who just do a bunch of bullshit to win. I mean, just a bunch of bullshit. I mean, if they played fair, you'd beat the hell out of them, but you can't get to them because they're across the screen with Sentinel and Dante, calling Dante out with the lightning guitar that goes up and down across the screen, and then Sentinel shoots a beam across the screen like this. So how the hell are you supposed to get across the screen when you got a guy who's pushing you back with a beam going across the screen, right? And then you got a guy he's shooting a beam up and down too. So you have no way of getting to him. So I feel like some of the mechanics of the game is a little broken. Depending on the characters that you play with. And I mean, if you're into Marvel vs. Capcom, I love Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't really have too many people to play with that are around me, so I try to play online. But I find myself getting really irritated when I play online because the people play like their life depended on it, like it's the end of the world and there's one piece of steak left, and this match depends on who's gonna get the piece of steak. I mean, they play and do some of the most ridiculous, cheesiest bullshit you could think of. I mean, one time I played a match, and a guy sat across the whole screen the whole time and just did nothing but projectiles and assists the whole entire match. You understand? I'm not saying this game is bad. I'm just saying that in certain ways the mechanics are a little broken. Now, if you got a friend that lives next door or something like that, and he comes over and maybe he's into fighting games, he plays games, and you play with him, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, it's perfect. The game works fine when everybody's playing on an even playing ground and they playing fair. The online is a little broken to me. It doesn't feel like the competitive edge is there with with balanced out characters and everything. I feel like people are exploiting little things to get victory. So you see these people with these crazy winning streaks, 20, 30, 40 winning streaks. They haven't lost for 40 fights. Yeah, because they're doing bullcrap to win. I mean, I could play like that too, but I got dignity as a gamer. I wouldn't do that shit to myself or to anybody else. You know what I mean? And it's a disgrace to the game to see people playing like that. I mean, I love the game. I love Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's a beautiful game. I just wish I had somebody else to play it with that was as good as I am. I'm not that nice. I'm good enough, but I wish I had somebody else that was sitting right next to me that I could play with because it seems like the game works that well. Like my brother just came from upstate New York. He's gone now, and we played for like 4 hours, I think, the night before last, and it was fun. I mean, I was beating the hell out of him, but it was fun and it was competitive, and it just felt like the game worked better with somebody else who's sitting right next to you, and they're not doing a bunch of cheesy bullcrap, to get wins. It just gets irritating, especially if you're playing with somebody like Captain America or Wolverine, who doesn't have a projectile or a teleport. You got somebody else on the other team that you're fighting against, and he's sitting across the screen um with Spider-Man, Ryu, and Akuma, and all he's doing is throwing projectiles across the screen. How are you supposed to get to him? Maybe you guys know a trick that I don't know, so leave me some comments or something. But I really don't understand it. And it really it's making me irritated to the point I don't want to put this game in too much. I don't like every single character in the game, so it's not like I want to get all the endings. Plus, the endings aren't really that good. They're like just comic book endings, which is okay with me because I love comics. But at the same time, I'm trying to. I wish they had movie endings. Like they did all that crazy CG in the beginning of the intro of the game and the extra movies you can earn in the gallery that look really really cool. And then you beat the game and you get this bullshit ass comic book art endings with text words. What the fuck was that about, Capcom? Like, come on. You showed me all this beautiful art on the cover of the case, back of the box, all that shit, and then I get to the end of the game. I beat the game with Ryu or Spider-Man or something, and I don't get a cool movie sequence. Like it's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? The game is really good though. I paid $60 for it. It's worth having. But there's certain things about it, like any other game, that are cliches. Tomorrow, Bulletstorm and what else comes out? Bulletstorm and Killzone. I'm not really looking forward to those either. I do like first-person shooters, but I'm more of a Halo kind of guy. Bulletstorm just seems like a cliche shooter for people who want to shoot people's heads and arms off and wants to hear potty mouth characters running around all day. There's no substance to it, really. It's just a bunch of nonsense. So you play a space pirate who's like a rebel amongst space pirates or some shit, and you end up on a planet that used to be a tourist resort, and now it's a barren wasteland. Just these weird stories that Cliffy B and the rest of these fucking guys that what is it, Epic Games comes up with. I'm like, I don't fucking understand their taste in storytelling at all, man. It kind of reminds me of fucking the character design in Bulletstorm. For some reason, just me, it kind of reminds me of what were the kids' names or the group of kids' names in the movie Hook with Rufio and them? That's how the characters look to me for some reason. I don't know why they remind me of that. They just look like these weird space pirates. And another thing is the guns. I'm like, I can't stand these games where they give you the same guns over and over. Like, I don't like that either. But I don't like these games too where they give you these big gigantic guns like in Doom and that do these crazy things. I'm more of a realism person. I'd rather see them take a weapon that is a real weapon and futurize it a little bit. Like they did in Halo. They did the sniper rifle, put the night vision in the scope, and made it real high velocity rounds, all that type of stuff. They basically just took weapons that we have already and just made them more powerful and upgraded them. That was cool. It seemed relevant. It did. The weapons seemed familiar. But they still had a new twist with them. You know what I mean? They did a good job with doing that in Halo. These weapons in these new games are like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I haven't seen much on Killzone 3. I do like Killzone. I beat the first one. I beat the second one. I'm gonna beat the third one eventually, but I'm not gonna get it for a while. I'm just not that interested in it right now. I've been playing a lot of DC Universe. That's like my main game right now because you really can't be ripped off unless the game glitches out on you, which they're fixing. I'm about to say tomorrow. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Today, sometime, we're supposed to be getting new content for DC Universe, which is free for everybody who plays. You just have to log in, and they're gonna have I heard an auction house, a new Bane duo mission, Batcave raid. What else are they gonna have? More investigation little things you can collect. Some new armor pieces. No new iconic stuff yet. That's basically it for DC. But there's a lot more stuff they're gonna fix. But I don't know everything. I'm not a super nerd about the game like that. I am a big superhero buff. I love superheroes. But some people know all the ins and outs of the DC Universe Online game, like what certain things to add to their character to make them better in PvP, all that type of craziness. What to do to make each stat raise, how to exploit things in PvP. I don't really know all that type of stuff. I'm just trying to play to have fun. Some people go a little far and beyond, and it makes it more aggravating for the more casual gamers. See, I'm a hardcore gamer, but I'm in between casual and hardcore right now at this point in my life. I don't have the patience all the time really to be sitting here trying to master one of these games. I have a life, and I'm pretty much all you guys do too. You know, but real gamers stand up. Tell me what you think about this game, man. I think it's pretty good. I just think the online could be a little bit better. And for a game that's so fast, they should let your defense work a little better. I feel like it's just the first person to get a good bunch of combos off is the winner. That's basically all this game is. It's an offensive game. There is no real defensive shit in this game at all. It's all offense. This game is all offense. Whoever can attack first the most wins. That's it. But I mean, that's in any fighting game. But at least in Super Street Fighter 4, you can block. You know what I mean? And the block works. In this game, I feel like blocking is a little broken. The game is faster than you can actually defend. They give you this thing called advanced guard where you press the attack buttons at the same time, and you can push the guy away across the screen. Yeah, that's good, that's fine, but when you guys collide again, it's going to be the same thing all over again. Whoever can hit first and get the most combos off is going to win. You know what I mean? It's not like in Street Fighter where you can pace yourself and say, okay, this guy's attacking a lot. Let me block and I'll counter off his attacks. Doesn't work like that. In this game, if the guy keeps attacking you, you sit in the corner and block, he's just going to eat your energy bar away. And that's exactly what happens in this game. It doesn't give you a lot of time to plan. And it's not really that complicated of a fighting game. I mean, it's pretty simple. They made it. It's really simple. But at the same time, now that I've been playing online a lot, I'm seeing a lot of people taking advantage of how simple they made it. You know, so it's not. This is not going to be for everybody. I guarantee you that. The characters might appeal to everybody, but when you actually buy the game and play it, it might not appeal to you just because of the way it plays. And especially if you're an online guy, I don't know. It just might not appeal to you. You're gonna get tired of losing, and you're gonna see people beating you, and they're not putting much effort into what they're doing. Like they're not gonna be doing these crazy, ridiculous, huge combo strings. They're gonna be doing shit like sitting in the corner, abusing projectiles, and shit like that. They're a bunch of bitches, and they're a disgrace to this era of gamers doing that type of bullshit. Put some skill into learning your craft a little bit so you don't have to resort to cheesy bullshit when you get online and make it harder for everybody else to play the game. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna want to pop this game in if that's what I have to contend with. And I get tired of playing the single player because the only thing you can do in that is earn more endings, which there's a trophy for, or put the difficulty up. I think there's a trophy for beating the game with all the characters on hard or something like that, or there might be a trophy for each character for beating the game with each character on hard. I'm not sure, but there are a lot of single player trophies, which I was happy about, because if you don't like the online, you can earn trophies and stuff through the single player, which is cool. All right, real gamers stand up. Leave me some comments.